Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
For years, Remy volunteered as the coordinator for the Crestview Community Tech Hub. It was my passion project, turning a dusty storage room into a bustling space with 3D printers, design software, and high-spec PCs. Residents loved it, and I loved helping them bring their creative ideas to life. Then Carol became our HOA president. Carol was meticulous to a fault, but her meticulousness often overshadowed common sense, especially concerning things she didn't fully grasp. The tech hub in her eyes was an unsupervised anomaly. She didn't understand why residents needed those fancy gadgets when they could just use a library computer. Her big move came in the form of a new directive. Effective immediately, all maintenance, upgrades, and access requests for the Community Tech Hub must be formally submitted via a physical requisition form, which must then be manually logged into the master ledger located at the HOA main office. Access to the hub will be granted only upon verification of a logged request, and all volunteer hours spent on hub activities must be pre-approved and cross-referenced with these logged requests. She announced this at a general meeting, citing enhanced accountability and preventing unauthorized expenditures. I saw it for what it was, an attempt to rein me in and subtly undermine the hub's efficiency. I'd typically pop into the hub a few times a week, troubleshooting issues, ordering supplies, or helping residents with designs. But with Carol's new rule, I stopped. Completely. Every single request, no matter how minor, now had to go through the proper channels. A resident, Oscar, asked me if I could quickly check why the large format printer wasn't calibrating. "Oscar," I said, "you'll need to fill out a Tech Hub service requisition form, get it to Ida at the main office for logging, and once it's approved by the HOA board, I can schedule my volunteer hours to look at it." He looked at me blankly, but I just smiled and pointed him towards the HOA office. A few days later, the community's flagship 3D printer, a complex and expensive piece of kit, started making a horrible grinding noise. I knew instantly it was a critical component. In the past, I would have been in there in minutes, assessed the problem, and likely ordered the part on the community card. But not now. First, I submitted a diagnostic request form. I meticulously detailed my proposed diagnostic steps and estimated my volunteer hours. This form went to Ida for logging, then to Carol for approval. Ida, our long-suffering HOA office assistant, started getting swamped. Residents, used to quick access, were now filling out forms for everything from needing help with a software crash to requesting new filament. Every form required Carol's personal approval, which meant her desk was now piled high with requisitions for Remy to change lightbulb in Tech Hub, or Remy to assist Star with CAD file export. The 3D printer sat broken for 2 weeks. My diagnostic request had finally been approved after a week, and I'd confirmed the critical error. Then I had to submit a new parts procurement request, detailing the part number, estimated cost, and the projected repair volunteer hours. This, again, went to Ida, then to Carol. Oscar, who was trying to complete scale models for a bid on a major city park project, was fuming. His deadline was approaching, and the hub's main printer was his only option. At the next HOA board meeting, the atmosphere was tense. Carol started her usual monologue about budgetary discipline. Then Lane, a fellow board member who understood the hub's value, spoke up. "Carol," she said, "I have here a stack of requisitions from the last 2 weeks alone. Half of them are for Remy to do things he used to do instantly. The other half are desperate pleas from residents whose projects are stalled. Oscar here, for instance, is about to miss a major project deadline because the 3D printer, which Remy could have fixed weeks ago, is still awaiting your approval on a $50 part." Lane then held up my requisition for Remy to replace a worn mouse mat. The absurdity was palpable. Carol stammered, trying to defend her accountability measures. But the residents, including Oscar, spoke passionately about the hub's importance and how the new rule had strangled its usefulness. The board voted overwhelmingly to immediately revert to the old system, granting me full autonomy over Tech Hub operations, and even proposed a small stipend for my time. Carol, red-faced and defeated, could only sit there. She tried to control something she didn't understand, and in doing so, had only highlighted her own incompetence. Sometimes, the most efficient way to prove a rule is absurd is to follow it to the letter. Be careful what you wish for when you demand meticulous compliance. You just might get it.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.